The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Sideline Summit. I'm here with UPenn's finest, Danny Cole. As always, I'm Antonio Perez. And joining us for an NBA segment on this episode, good friend Chris Coulter, Coulter boy. Chris, how you doing today, man?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. It's a good hump day, to say the least. Got to watch some history, so I'm feeling great.
Yeah, me and Chris animate Twitter LeBron fans. So that was absolutely amazing to watch. And we're probably going to base our whole Summits and Plummets segment on that. All right, Danny's frozen real quick, but we can just get it started real quick. My summit is essentially my favorite LeBron moment. Would have to be when he left the East for me, honestly. As a Celtics fan, I watched this man for 14 years. Like I had enough, and him going to the Lakers. I didn't want him to go to the Lakers. Like I didn't want to see that, but him out of the East gave the Celtics a much better shot to get to the finals, and that was awesome. So I'm gonna kick it to you, Chris. Favorite LeBron memory?
I would have to say my favorite LeBron memory. There's so many I can choose from, just because I've been a fan for so long. Junior year of high school is when his junior year of high school is when I really started watching him. But I heard about him sophomore year. So I would say my favorite LeBron moment is it might be last night. Honestly, it might be last night, because I think if any LeBron fan knows, if you're a LeBron fan, you get a lot of flack about who's the greatest, who's not the greatest. Is he a scorer? Is he not a scorer? What is the best part of his game? And I think yesterday was really cool to see. Like it was fun to see the whole basketball world kind of give him his flowers at a point, after so much hate and so much, just talk about his greatness in a whole, and it felt really good to see the world as a collective. You still had your stragglers, but to see the world as a collective, kind of embrace him for that moment, and seeing something that I'd never thought would be broken. So I think that'd probably be it for me.
So Danny's experiencing some technical difficulties right now, but we're gonna keep pushing. We'll get his favorite memories the moment he gets back. LeBron plummet for me. I was gonna say 2011, but I can't say that because I was a huge LeBron hater at that time, because he just went to Miami, and I'm just like, the Celtics are never going to the finals again. So honestly, worst moment as a LeBron fan was honestly him beating the Celtics. Obviously, because I know damn, I didn't want to Celtics, I didn't want them to lose, but I knew he was going to lose in the finals. I knew he had zero chance. And then when he lost game one, if he gets that game, then who knows? He probably pulls out the game three, and then we're looking at something different. But honestly, I highly doubt it.
Yeah, I had a few technical difficulties. I'm back.
All right, that's good, Danny. While you're back, to swing right into your favorite LeBron moment, and then we'll kick it to Chris for a plummet, and then we'll kick it right back to you for a plummet.
My favorite LeBron moment is actually him getting carried by Ray Allen.
Dude, that fourth quarter was insane. He throws the headband off, and then 16 straight, and then he happens to miss the last one. Yeah. So
I'm explaining on this. He didn't really get carried. He carried the team back into the game, and then he decided to miss the three, and then Ray made history. But
if he cashed that though, oh my god. A lot
of different conversations.
So different. So many different. Charles Barkley has him at 8 all time because he doesn't kill you. What? It's the dumb arguments. And then when you pull up stats, you're a nerd. And I'm like, he's statistically the clutchest player ever. It just doesn't.
How about LeBronto?
That's a great one. That's a great one. Danny, what'd you say?
LeBronto really clears.
Yeah, you want to talk about killing, you want to talk about killing somebody. He dominated a team for 48 minutes, 4 nights in a week. And this was the number one seed took both games in Toronto. The first game they get back in Cleveland, hits him with that floating. He'll say he practiced it. He never tried that before in his life, but he's LeBron, the ambidextrous freight train.
What I'll say is this: I don't know what is up with it. LeBron looked like he was legitimately 25 years old last night.
Yeah, that's another thing I wanted to say. Last night was a pure example of him just going for a scoring goal. Like, he still had 3 assists, he was still making the right pass and everything. But last night was prime example that if he wanted to go and score 35 every single game, he would just go do it. He would just do it. And that's just what I noticed. I'm just like, he always said like, oh, I could lead the league in scoring if I wanted to. And I'm like, oh, well, maybe like you got your Kevin Durant. Nah, last night was just like proof. If Miami LeBron was that aggressive, he probably would average 35, in my opinion. But we'll kick it to Chris for your not so favorite LeBron moment as a LeBron fan.
Yeah, as a LeBron fan, I think I would have to go 2018 Game 1, just because I'm not going to sit here and say that they're going to beat the Warriors. I mean, that's saying a lot. But that really crushed it. Like that Game 1, like that took all the air out of me. And me, to add on top of it, I love Josh Smith so much as a basketball player. Like his brain isn't always there, but the skills are always there. And
how about as a golfer?
Certified bucket. As a golfer,
A1 golfer.
Yeah, Texas A&M student athlete golfer.
Right. But yeah, I would
say
NIL
superstar.
Oh my God,
it was just such important to his thing, to his legacy. So I think that would be mine. And then I think JR, honestly, outside of that one play, he was probably the second or third best player on the Cavs for that playoff run, in my opinion. Just with how he was playing, it wasn't as consistent.
Forget about Kyle Korver.
Yeah, no.
Number 4.
Who I wish was slightly more developed for that Cavs run, who would have been like phenomenal. Chetty Osman.
I knew it was Chetty.
LeBron loves Chetty Osman so much.
You've been talking about him since he was like a rookie.
Bro, I'm a huge fan of Chetty Osman, and like his background is like, it's almost like Luka's lore, except Chetty's just not Luka. But
man, imagine you put Evan Mobley on that team.
Oh my God, yeah, Mobley would be a walk-in 20 and 10 alongside LeBron James, and he'd be a massive lob threat. It'd be fun.
And with Chetty too, one thing about all jokes aside, like Chetty then wasn't ready yet, but even now, like Chetty reminds me of what Austin Reeves gives to the Lakers now, just in a bigger body, like a little bit. I mean, Austin Reeves really ends up with about 9 or 10 points, but it's a loud 9 or 10. He plays good defense. He's active, things like that. I think an Austin Reeves type would have helped that Cavs team too. So I agree with that. I never thought about that because it's such a small part, but I never thought about that.
I'm looking back. Chetty just dropped 29 points against the Clippers a couple days ago.
He's a beast, dude. He is a beast. So, Danny, we'll kick it to you for one last LePlummet, and then we'll go to the trade deadline.
Oh, my LePlummet goes to whoever was guarding LeBron last night when he scored his point.
I don't know his name. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know his name. Same
Kenrich
dude.
Williams.
Same dude. Dirk hit a fadeaway in his mouth to leap up to 6 all-time scoring.
Really?
Not gonna lie.
He's actually been around for a while. I thought he was a young buck, but
that guy played pretty good defense on LeBron.
Dude, so LeBron got the ball, and there were 10 eyes on him. Like, weren't even worried about, like, mind you, someone has to guard Anthony Davis, all NBA power forward Anthony Davis, and they're not even worried about this dude. Well, last night he sold me. I needed
Anthony
him for 20.
Davis came out drunk.
I needed him for 20, and he got 13. So everything else hit.
He came out drunk
for 8.
What was his problem?
I had Rui for 8. Westbrook for 20, LeBron for 35. I just needed 7. I needed 7 from AD, and he was mentally clocked out.
I just needed 2 boards. Just 2 boards. Not even
2 boards is tough on a night where your best player is going to be jacking that shit. I mean, he didn't miss too much, but
yeah, you're right. 100%.
Yeah. I mean, he wasn't missing too much, but I mean, you could have. Come on, man.
With Josh Giddey playing center for the other team until Jalen Williams got into, I don't even know if it was J-Dub or J-Will, whichever one was going. J-Will, the center after he got it. I was like, come on, man. He looked.
I learned last night. J Dub is the dark skin one. J Will is the light skin,
the lighter one.
Yeah. So, but no, I also learned last night those two are phenomenal. Like they're actually really good defenders. I also learned that Josh Giddey was busting Pat Bev's ass. But moving on to the NBA trade deadline, as I think I said it earlier, we have some buyers. Obviously, you have buyers and sellers at the deadline. Buyers are your contenders. Sellers are the teams that are looking to tank. And I have one team in no man's land kind of right now, but not like super mediocre like the Wizards. But I want to talk about the buyers first. While we're on the topic, we could talk about the Lakers. The Lakers are probably the worst buying team ever. But when you have two all NBA talents, I think they can buy, but they can also, you're obviously selling. You're trying to pitch Russell Westbrook. Chris, who do you think the Lakers should be targeting right now?
Honestly, like I love the Kyrie talk because, like I said, as we talked about, I've been a LeBron fan for so long, so I've seen some good success with them. So, and seeing now that's out the window, and honestly, I didn't want them to make that trade because I felt it was possible to get them in the offseason coming up. So, I was kind of happy about that to an extent. But honestly, my focus is two deals. I would say to Utah, and I would ask for Beasley, Conley, and Vanderbilt. For Russ, if you're going to do one of the picks or two, I would do that because I think it fills a lot of needs. I mean, you get another guard back, so you don't have to play Pat Beverly. If you don't have to, please, Darvin, stop. And then you get my Malik Beasley as well, a good shooter, floor spacer who's played with stars before, so he kind of knows how that goes. And Jared Vanderbilt, another person who's going to play hard. And if you're not going to play Wenyen Gabriel and you're not going to have Pat Bev no more, hopefully, then you can play Jared Vanderbilt a little more. And I think it helps with smaller lineups when you go ADS and you get a scrappy power forward type of guy.
I think Rui's a great addition, though.
Oh yeah,
I love Rui. Great defender. He's like
part of it.
Yeah, that's definitely part of the wing defense that you needed, and he can, he can get a bucket every now and then when you need it. Danny, is there anyone you think the Lakers should be targeting as buyers at the trade deadline?
Anybody who can shoot.
I agree. I think obviously this probably isn't on their direct radar. I know this is on the Celtics radar, but like the Celtics aren't necessarily like buyers. You're the best record in the NBA. You're not really buyers. Kelly Olynyk is he's a stretch four. He can shoot the hell out of the ball. I think all Boston fans know that one.
All right, it's gonna sound
not
crazy.
Maybe in the Lakers' eyes, but yeah.
Okay.
Duncan Robinson for the low.
That no, I was actually thinking. I'm on my way to class. I'm like, you could probably get him for the low, but the problem is, well, of course you have to give up Russ. The contracts have to match, because Duncan gets paid a whole lot to have one good attribute.
All right, Chris, I need to hear this. Would you trade Russ for Lowry and Duncan Robinson?
Oh, not a chance. Oh, please no. Please no. No. Nothing close to it. I don't want Kyle Lowry close to any team that I root for in real life. I need to keep him far away. But I will tell you this, DC. Now, that when Tone brought up Duncan Robinson, I've been saying this for a couple of days. Now, it's a way it can happen without giving up Russ. Because Duncan Robinson's at 15, Pat Bev's at 13. We could send Pat Bev.
Pat Bev gets 13 a year?
Highway robbery, exactly.
No way.
So
no way.
Look it up. If I'm wrong, I might be wrong by a million, but I think it's either 12 or 13 a year. It's really close. So we can swap that contract and a Damian Jones or Wenyen Gabriel and get I'll do that.
You're wrong. He making 13.3.
Oh, that's one thing. I knew it was close. I knew it was close.
What?
So you can swap those, like DC. I'd be cool with that. Like Duncan Robinson for Pat Bev.
Miami would love Pat Bev. Miami would love Pat Bev.
You could trade Dennis Schroeder if you really wanted to.
Yeah,
I'm so hit or miss with Schroeder. I'm so hit or miss with Schroeder, but
only because of that, Tom. Because I'm hit or miss with him. I think Schroeder. The more you let him play, I think he'll figure it out better. But I mean, from what I've been watching, it was Kendrick Nunn, Pat Bev, Russ. I'm fine with seeing Dennis Schroeder out there, especially if LeBron's gonna be out there too. Because if it gets too bad, LeBron's just take the point guard duties away. So I'm not.
All right, I'm just checking in. How's Max Christie been doing? How's he been developing?
Warming up the sideline really well, DC.
He don't play.
He keeps the seats so warm. Darvin Ham loves to run 3-guard lineups that have Russ.
Why is he not in the G League?
I guess maybe the South Bay Lakers aren't a team anymore. You know, your questions are great. We should find a way to ask these to Darvin and Jeannie Bus because I have these same questions too.
So I wanna move on to another.
He's a rookie. If he's not playing, you got to play him.
I want to move on to another buyer real quick. That's kind of in the same situation as the Lakers, weirdly. That they need more shooting because they're not getting it out of their second star. Is the Milwaukee Bucks. We don't have to go too in depth on that one. I think they could also use the same thing. They could use some shooting. Their defense is, of course, good when Giannis is your anchor. Brook Lopez is your the other anchor. The Golden State Warriors. I think they should be buyers at the line. I know, like it's time to cut ties with James Wiseman. A player like that coming out of the draft. He's the type of guy that needs to be the anchor of a team. And his development started with him being the fifth fiddle. So just things didn't go well. I think he needs a fresh start. I still think he could be an amazing player in this league. I think you could pair him. You could probably pair Moody. And if you're trying to really go get like a guy, you could probably throw Kuminga in there, even though solid defender, gives okay production off the bench. I would probably say if you can package Moody, Kuminga, and Wiseman, you could probably go get yourself some solid depth, some solid, like a real good backup for Kevon Looney, who's been an exceptional piece alongside Draymond, Curry, Clay, Poole. So yeah, Curry, that's my thoughts on the Warriors at least.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with
that.
Is
Iguodala's still on the team, right?
Yeah, he's still over there. He doesn't play to the playoffs till game 70, and then so he's been chilling.
He on that Udonis Haslem.
He said I got one more in me.
Yeah, next year. But yeah, I agree with you, Tone. Though I agree with you. I think, and it's a weird place that I think the Warriors should look. Expiring deal for the Hornets. I think Mason Plumlee is really a good fit for the Warriors. Last year deal, Hornets aren't really competing. If you're looking for a team that needs a center. If they're gonna, like a young center to pair with LaMelo, if they don't win the Wemby sweepstakes like everybody else is trying to, I think a Mason Plumlee on the Warriors would be great. Plumlee boards, he passes, he's like Looney all over again, just a little taller. And I think if you're gonna have depth with Looney, I would say Mason Plumlee is a great backup center that you can probably get on a cheaper side for a young guy in a second round pick maybe if you're the Warriors.
Yeah, Plum Dog Millionaire has been balling for sure.
Yeah.
So I think I agree that's a move the Warriors should make for some big man depth. On my list was the Suns, but
I got a question though. What should the Philadelphia 76ers do?
Nothing. They're getting exited second round no matter what.
Chill.
There's nothing they can do. There's nothing they can do.
I get that, but Furkan Korkmaz and Matisse Thybulle are both on the chopping block.
Yeah, I don't think they what you trade when you give them up. What do you really looking to get back?
We'll give you Grant Williams.
No, keep him. That helps Philly. Keep him. Keep him.
I mean, you get Korkmaz gets Grant shooting, and then Matisse is the better defense. It's just Grant screwed himself because he didn't sign the extension, and then now he's playing to get a bag, so his value's a little lower. But I would love to keep Grant. He's a little too hit or miss for me to give up on him. But the question, what I was gonna say, the Phoenix Suns. Now the reason it's a little more complicated now because their number one target should have been Kevin Durant, but now this Nets team, which was my team that I said is in no man's land because you've watched the last 3 games. We've watched Cam Thomas absolutely explode, absolute bucket. You can clearly move forward in the future with him. And I think he can be the second scoring option to Kevin Durant. I think you have to see this team with Kevin Durant and Cam Thomas and, Nick Claxton as your guys going forward before you can trade. But KD's not going to be back before the trade deadline. So I think they kind of just got to stand pat. And it's unfortunate. You do want to make things work with Kevin Durant. But also, then again, he's Kevin Durant. I think him and Cam Thomas could be absolutely electric. Will they be contenders? Can they keep up with Philly, Milwaukee, and Boston? Maybe not. But Kevin Durant's one of the best players in the world. I think you just got to make do with what you got right now.
All right, I'm
and figure it out in the offseason.
KD is going to pull exactly what he did last offseason and say, I don't want to be here. Trade me.
Well, and rightfully so. I think Joe Tsai and the management at the Brooklyn Nets is getting no discredit right now. Like everyone's blaming Kyrie and everyone's blaming Kevin Durant, but like look at what they've done. I mean, they blew the stack on James Harden, and then it didn't work. And Kyrie made a mistake, which I'm not going to say whether he was right or wrong. Kyrie posted a public apology, and then he did delete it. But at the time, he posted it, and they were like, "No, we're suspending you until you do this, this, and that." And it's just like he apologized. That's what y'all asked for, and they made things difficult. And they didn't want to give him his money, which you probably should have just done because, like, what are you gonna do this offseason if you don't pay him? So like, Suns in a weird situation, Nets in a weird situation.
I do want to say something about the Nets, Tone, real quick, but if you can. So it's only one move I would make if I'm the Nets, if it's available. I know you've probably been seeing it too. You guys probably been seeing it. It's only if they can get Pascal without giving up Claxton. That's the only way I would make a move now. Other than that, I would stay pat and just see what happens in the summer. Because at the end of the day, KD can ask for a trade all he wants. The difference with KD and Kyrie, even after this year, KD will have 3 more guaranteed years left. So his leverage isn't there yet until at least another year when he'll be 35, 36. Yeah. So it's like, it's kind of like you want to make the move now.
But I mean, KD,
right.
I don't know.
I don't think
I don't know if KD's the sit out. I think KD likes basketball a little too much to sit out. But
I'm telling you this right now, Kevin Durant will not win another NBA championship in his career.
I don't think that's bold to say. I mean, especially after because first of all, you have to get very lucky. And then they headed to the playoffs with a little bit of steam with him and Kyrie going. And then they get skunked by the Celtics. And that's not like anything misfortunate. Like you could have had Ben Simmons and like maybe if this was rookie Ben Simmons with the aggression and the passing, it probably helps out a little bit. But like after what we're seeing now, like he's just not a factor in the basketball game. It's highly unfortunate because I thought he could have been really good, but he's not. Now, Sellers, I'm just going to
remember people were saying that the Lakers should have traded LeBron for Ben Simmons?
Yeah, that was vicious talk. That was insane talk.
Some of the nastiest work in that year ever. Some of the nastiest work ever.
That was disgusting work in the great decades of the 2020s. But so Sellers, I'm just gonna list off the obvious ones I listed earlier. Hornets, Sellers, who they're looking to deal. Plumlee, Rozier, get someone to get Gordon Hayward's contract.
LaMelo Ball.
Yeah, him and Wemby gonna be crazy next year.
Spurs, I hope so. Please.
Spurs, I guess you can deal Jakob Poeltl. I think they want to keep Keldon Johnson for the future. So Jakob Poeltl, main trade piece for the Spurs. Pistons, Bojan, obviously.
Miles Bridges in prison?
Nope. He's not in prison, but nobody's signing him because that would be insane. Because I don't think he's cleared all his court stuff yet. Yeah, he... Like, people think Ja was trying to make it out the league. No, Miles did it. Like, he got it out the league. You know what I'm saying? And, so Pistons looking to give out Bojan, maybe Sadiq Bey, perhaps.
I would say Alec Burks is a good name to watch for the Pistons, too.
Alec Burks. I would say if Killian Hayes wasn't absolute trash, then, like, maybe you could convince teams, look at this box score. Look at his nice little 12 and 7. And, you want this. You want this and a first. And, no, that guy, like for a good week, I thought he was actually really solid. And
how's the GOAT Jalen Duren coming along?
He's a beast. He leads all rookies in double doubles. Absolute beast. Him and Jaden Ivey, very good pairing for them. Along with
I said that back when I got drafted.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, that's big. Detroit had a good draft. So last two is the Jazz, and obviously like the Jazz, like with Vanderbilt, and you got Laurie as probably your main guy. Look, I mean, like you can keep trying to compete for the play-in. I mean, that is an option. You could probably still do it if you trade Vanderbilt for a certain guy. Like if they get Russ on that team, they're making the play-in, in my opinion, because he would be absolutely electric. But like if the Jazz were to trade, Vanderbilt, Malik Beasley, they'll try to get Russ. And then the Raptors are obviously
the Jazz are an NFL equivalent of the freaking Titans.
I mean, forever mediocrity, but. With the Raptors, though, the Raptors are like trying to get in the play-in, but they should like really cut it because you will never win with Pascal and Fred VanVleet as your best guys.
Blow it up.
Yeah, get Pascal elsewhere, rally in the picks.
Get VanVleet out of there, get Trent out of there, get Anunoby out of there because I think.
I I heard that the Nets might move Dinwiddie for Van Fleet.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. That's why I said it to Tone earlier. I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think it should happen. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, because Dinwiddie gives scoring, but he's also a much better defender than Fred VanVleet. So
just off size alone, too. He's 6'5".
Yeah, size and I mean, yeah, Spencer's just pretty solid. On defense. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know if maybe I'm just box score watching or anything. Every time I watch Gary Trent, huge fan. Like,
I love him.
Huge fan. I'm like, whenever the Raptors and Lakers play, like Gary Trent guards LeBron. Like they send the undersized guard at him, and yeah, he's very impressive. He always gives Tatum a hard time. And then he switches on to like Fred VanVleet or Pascal, and then trouble. Walking 30. But yeah,
trouble.
Trade deadline talk. Those are your buyers, sellers, and your weird in betweens like the Nets and the Suns. Another team I'd like to still make a move, probably the Mavericks for some serious, front court play. Like the backcourt's amazing. You need a better defensive anchor. Maybe go see what's up with DeAndre Ayton. Maybe go see what's up with like Jared Vanderbilt, at least depth.
Another name you didn't mention, Tom, I would say the Mavs, with me being in Dallas too, they should check in on Clint Capella. Because I know earlier in the year his name was being floated around. And if they can get Clint, I think that'd be really good because Clint's job has literally been to rebound and play with a star. And that's what he's done his whole career. So you give him 2, he's able to board. I think Clint will be the perfect addition for this Mavs team.
I mean, we've seen Harden and Clint. I mean, he would play with Luka, would love that lob threat.
Trey and
Clint, have Kyrie. Right, I think that'd be, and Trey and Clint, DeJounte and Clint Capella. Yeah, that's I think that's actually a very good move that Dallas could go make. I mean, he's not the cheapest guy in the world, but definitely better than whatever you're lining up. But Chris, man, it's been so awesome. Chris is going to be back with us next week as me and Danny will be Team Giannis. Chris will be Team LeBron, and we're going to be drafting the All-Star teams for All-Star Weekend.
And we'll also be breaking down the Eagles Super Bowl victory.
Don't do that, man. Come on, I'm wearing the him jersey. You know, like.
Oh yeah, I'm with you guys. I'm with the Eagles. As well. I'm a Ravens fan, so we're not around. So I'm going with the Eagles this time. Yeah. So.
See, look, I like the Ravens because Jalen Hurts gets the same issues that Lamar gets, but really, man, they just. Y'all gotta watch. Like these dudes can throw. Like these dudes are super impressive. I hope Lamar gets paid. Like seriously, man. I wish the best for the Ravens. Danny probably doesn't agree. Big Steelers guy, but
I don't blame you, Danny.
But
I was at the New Year's Day game when Najee caught that touchdown in the front corner.
Wow! Thanks.
Hell of a throw by Pickett too.
So much.
But
he's actually really good. He's good.
Chris, man, it's been awesome talking trade deadline with you, and we can't wait to see you next week, man.
Yeah, appreciate you guys having me on, man. Thank you, and I look forward to see you guys next week.
Yeah, man, we'll see you. Have a good one. Stay safe, and
yeah, see you guys.
I want to say thank you to Chris once again for joining us. Danny, relax. I'm the one that's got the slides here. We're going to be talking about I do have the script, and this is the Eagles. And this is I'm gonna kick it to Danny for the Eagles script to victory.
Eagles script to victory. So a lot of people are probably gonna say, "Run the damn ball, bro." Yes, but they also need to throw. The Chiefs have one of the worst corner rooms in the NFL. You got to take advantage. AJ Brown and Smitty need to have a field day. Like you can run the ball all you want. Chris Jones is gonna make some big stops. He's gonna get his against against Jason Kelce. Like whether you want to admit it or not, he will beat Jason Kelce sometimes.
Yeah, we'll probably push this more to the 40-minute mark. But yeah, I agree. The Eagles keys, you do need to be two-dimensional. Last couple of weeks, Giants, you don't really have to be because you were kicking the shit out of them. Niners, it was wet, good defense, but now is the time to put it all together. Big game by Gainwell, Sanders, Scott, Hurts need big games on the ground, but you also need to get Smitty, Goddard, Brown involved. Maybe sprinkle in a little Quez. But they do need to get this pass game going. You cannot be one-dimensional against Patrick Mahomes. And for the defensive end, get to Patrick Mahomes. It's not the easiest thing in the world. Not saying you should go hurt him whatsoever. He's probably not going to be as mobile though. So it's going to be a little easier to go get to him. And another thing is I would probably send two at Travis Kelce. Trust Bradbury and Slay and Maddox to do their thing, or maybe even put Maddox on Kelce with, some CJ Gardner-Johnson help or some linebacker help. Their run game, it's look, the Eagles don't have the best run defense, but I'm confident against this Chiefs running attack that has been good the last couple of weeks with Isaiah Pacheco, who's turned into a real running back one in my eyes. But I believe in them stopping the run so that Mahomes will have to rely on the pass. No biggie for him, but if we can get to him, we can pressure him, be good in man-to-man coverage. That's the Eagles' keys for me. Are we missing anything?
No, I think one of the keys
be two-dimensional and get to the quarterback.
Another key for the Eagles is going to sound really crazy. Let your corners play man.
Yeah, they got to do excellent in man-to-man coverage, which I know that isn't Gannon's style. But he's been getting pressure all year. He coaches the best cornerback duo in football. So however he gets it, just get the pressure.
Mahomes can pick apart his zone all day. But your corners, you can't pick apart man. He's going to have to get rub routes. You're going to have to get some physicality. And
yeah. You gotta beat up Kelce man defense.
You can't pick apart man defense. It's hard.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Now bumping it to Kansas City's keys, I'll go first on this one. While I just said the Eagles' keys are stopping the run, I think the Chiefs are running the ball. We know absolutely that Mahomes is the best we've ever seen. He'll as good as his pass defense is, he's probably still going to get his because of how good he is. But if you can run the ball with Pacheco really well, they just took Clyde Edwards-Helaire off ER, whether he's going to get involved, probably more in the pass game. But if you can get your running backs going, I think that's going to be huge. As for the defense, the secondary is probably not going to hold up against these guys, especially in man-to-man, because A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith are filthy. So they got to get pressure. It's on Frank Clark, maybe on the blitz. Chris Jones is
I disagree.
Going to do his thing.
So it's not pressure. It's keeping Hurts inside of the pocket.
If you give him all day to throw, you're going to get torched. It's not about.
I agree with that.
No, you don't want to keep him in the that. You don't want him to stay in the pocket. That's the thing. He's the best pocket passer in the league. Check every stat. Best pocket passer in the league. Bless you.
I agree.
So yeah, you don't want him in the pocket. That's what you get the pressure for. You pressure him, get him rolling out, preferably to his left. Which by the way, I want to say it's completely normal for NFL quarterbacks not to be able to corkscrew their body 180 and throw off their back foot. So y'all know that isn't normal.
But guess what? Geno Smith can do that.
I know Geno's a vet in this game. He watched Russell Wilson a lot. And maybe Jalen Hurts will get there. And he does it sometimes, but just because he can't do what Mahomes does. Yeah, he did it last week on the throw to Devontae Smith. But just because Mahomes does it every single play doesn't mean your favorite quarterback has to do it. Do not let that deteriorate you from thinking your guy's a franchise guy. But yeah, and one last thing for the Chiefs. I mean, probably too late to ask this late in the season. A receiver's got to step up. Kelce cannot. They can't go to him 20 times. It is just not going to work, especially against Gannon, who is getting crazy head coaching hype and turned some of it down because he said, "I'm here. This is where I want to be." So Chiefs keys, get the pressure because that secondary is not going to hold up. And for offense, somebody's got to apply pressure to the secondary. Got to run the ball. MVS had a huge game last game. Me and you both watched. MVS was huge in the Cincinnati game. So maybe he steps up. Maybe Juju
steps Cincinnati up. Bengals.
Yeah, Cincinnati Bengals. What happened? But with all that being said, with the keys put down into place, it is time to make a Super Bowl prediction.
And you go first.
You want me to go first? I'm the fan. You go first. No, I got it. I'll go first. My bias, I have two. I'm allowed to have two. My bias score prediction, It's an absolute like shootout. I have the Eagles winning 38-35 in a shootout. That's my like dream world because I love offense. My honest opinion, my honest reaction on the matter. I'm gonna go still Eagles because I think they are the overall more built team. I think their keys to success are a little more clear path than the Kansas City Chiefs. I think everything that we said can happen will probably happen, like because they can beat you in any way possible when the offense is chugging along, no rain or anything. My score will be 31-27. Still a shootout-esque, but that probably means we got a turnover or we got a crucial stop in the red zone, force for a field goal. And my favorite prop bet is Kenny Gainwell, 18.5. Slam the shit out of it.
Yeah, man. Just slam it over. All right.
Oh.
I'm going to go something very similar. Very similar. So I'll just do a little premise. The Eagles went to Arizona this year, and Cameron Dicker the kicker, the greatest kicker of all time, had a walk-off kick against Kyler Murray. The Eagles won 23-20. That's not my score prediction. My score prediction is Eagles win 34-31 with Jake Elliott hitting a game-winning field goal as time expires.
So Vinatieri style.
Vinatieri. Well, not within the last minute, at least.
So essentially, Hurts will leave the field with the lead, and it's
Mahomes is 13 seconds left.
I'm telling you right now. Look, man, that's not like I'm not saying guaranteed he's gonna score. I'd be shitting myself. If there was no time left and Patrick Mahomes has the ball. It would crush my soul for that offense to leave the field with the lead and end up losing. Like, it would crush my soul into a billion pieces. But yeah, those are our Super Bowl predictions. Danny, what's the favorite prop bet though? I mean, I got Kenny Gainwell, so you have to pick someone else.
All right, my favorite prop bet is Chris Stapleton hitting the over on the national anthem.
Okay. That goes by like seconds, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I would love to bet on something like that. Now, absolute last Super Bowl prop bet. Danny, what color will the Gatorade be?
It's not going to be green.
Yeah, no shot.
I think it's going to be. I think it's going to sound really weird. I was thinking red. Eagles not going to go red. They're going yellow. Yellow
Gatorade. Yellow Gatorade is fire. I love that. Yellow Gatorade is gas. I feel like Jalen Hurts is a yellow Gatorade guy.
People tell me that yellow Gatorade is really lime green.
Yeah, people say it's green. It's not green. It's
yellow. It's bright yellow.
That's yellow. That's why it's lemon lime, not lime lemon. But no, I'm going to slam the orange. I'm going to slam orange Gatorade. I think it's safe for either team. So those are Super Bowl predictions, man. We both got the Eagles winning in a super close one. Listen, if we're going to go out in a blaze of glory to anybody, I'd rather it be to the best that's ever played this game, Patrick Mahomes. And this week's dialogue has been hilarious from Boston sports fans who are butthurt that Tom Brady has never been as good as Patrick Mahomes is. He's just had some of the greatest teams ever. That being said, make sure you like, download, comment on your favorite, podcast platform. If you're watching this on YouTube, again, shout out to Chris. Make sure you guys go follow him on Twitter, on Instagram, and all that stuff. Really cool guy. He's going to be back next week for us to make these all-star drafts, which me and Danny are going to cook up a crazy roster for Team Giannis. Of course, we got to get the replacements in and stuff. But Danny, anything else before we go?
Nah, honestly, it's like I think the Eagles really just get it done. Bring home another Super Bowl to the city of Philadelphia. Second one, Hurts is going to do one of those.
Yeah. I'm excited, man. I'm really excited. This is gonna be one for the books. But for now,
I'm gonna be depressed, man. It's my last football Sunday for 6 months.
Yeah, but then we get to the NBA, and then tonight the Sixers get a free ticket to lose to the Celtics. So everybody go tune into that. But again, make sure you guys just show love on all platforms, and we will see you guys next.